I want it to be cool, man. All right, here we go.
Hi, I'm Mark Cerny. I'm excited to be here to talk about the newest addition to our console lineup, PlayStation 5 Pro, and how it advances gaming technology.
There we go.
But first, I want to take just a minute to look at what we put in the original PlayStation 5.
There we go. Right off the rip. I like it. Right off the rip.
Experience.
All right, so we got our PS5 Pro.
When PS5 debuted in 2020, it brought a lot to the table.
I mean, pandemic.
8 Zen 2 CPU cores form the brains of PlayStation 5.
This game. Yeah, Ragnarok was something, man.
With character counts reaching into the hundreds.
Was that dinosaurs? Where's this fucking Borderlands, dude? Why are you showing Borderlands?
PS5 has a powerful RDNA 2 GPU.
You should not be showing Borderlands at this moment.
Details to fantastic
Ghosts. Very good, very good.
To explore.
Okay.
Ray tracing allows for dramatic visual improvements, including reflections off of water,
particles and stuff,
and the realism that comes from real-time global illumination.
This game looked fucking awesome.
A custom SSD can load data at breathtaking speed.
Yeah, this was their flagship game to show off the transitions and stuff.
And data streaming rates so high that traversal speeds are essentially unlimited. Tempest 3D audio tech brings an unparalleled sense of immersion to the sound of the games.
Demon Souls.
With audio so real, you may not even need to see
Returnal was insane.
To know exactly where they are.
Okay.
Finally, the DualSense controller has haptics that let you feel through your hands what your
feel the vibration in your soul. Your ancestors can feel this controller vibrating.
It's wonderful to see such variety and richness of game experiences.
Okay.
Creators have made amazing use of the hardware capabilities, but when I talk to them, I do hear about their desire for more graphics performance.
Okay.
The dreams of the developers are bigger than can be supported at 60 frames per second, and that leads to an aspect of modern gaming that we're all familiar with. Graphics modes.
Oh God.
It can be a difficult choice.
Here we go. Yeah. No longer will you have to choose. Oh, are you going to tell me you don't have to choose anymore? Come on, Mark.
These modes might also have enhanced detail or use more ray tracing.
We are happy to announce that you will not have to choose.
Per second. The visuals can be choppier and the controls less responsive.
Yeah, I think that's
performance
what
modes
this is
emphasize frame rate and interactivity, typically choosing to run 60 frames per second. Mainly by reducing the graphical detail until those frame rates can be achieved. When asked to decide on a mode, players are choosing performance about 3/4 of the time. Removing that decision, or at least narrowing that divide, is one of the key targets for PlayStation 5 Pro.
No shit.
We want to give players the graphics that the game creators aspire to, at the high frame rates that players typically prefer. To do that, PS5 Pro substantially improves over PlayStation 5 in 3 ways. Here's what we call the big 3.
Oh, okay, larger GPU.
We made the GPU much larger and increased the speed of the memory it uses. The result is rendering that's up to 45% faster.
It's actually substantial.
Second, we made major upgrades to the ray tracing.
It's actually substantial.
Accelerated approach that allows calculation of the rays at double or even triple the speeds of PlayStation 5. And finally, we added custom hardware for machine learning and an AI library called PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, or PSSR for short.
Pissers!
PSSR analyzes the game images pixel by pixel and can add an extraordinary amount of detail, which boosts the effective resolution of the games.
All right.
Game creators are adding PS5 Pro support to new and existing titles, and with the big 3 involved, the results can be pretty amazing. With graphics showing something like fidelity levels of detail, but it doubled the frame rate. Here's The Last of Us Part 2 running on PS5 Pro.
Probably not a good game to show.
It has huge amounts of detail and targets a super smooth 60 frames per second. Let's compare this to the fidelity mode on PS5, which is only running at 30 frames per second and is therefore much choppier.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to...
This goal of delivering almost fidelity-like graphics at performance frame rates has been achieved for a broad...
This is a good game to show for it.
Spider-Man 2.
This will probably entice a lot of people to buy the Pro that haven't bought the PS5 already.
Doubling the power of PlayStation 5. Another way to compare the two consoles is to look at PS5 Pro versus performance mode on PS5.
There's nothing that we haven't seen that we weren't really expecting yet.
What we see here is a difference in detail. PS5 Pro is much sharper and crisper than PS5.
Yeah.
For this, my favorite is the parade scene from Ratchet & Clank.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Details
that's pretty
much
good.
Clearer. And here we can see Marvel's Spider-Man 2
Ooh,
is
that looks very
noticeably
crispy.
higher resolution throughout the scene, including the trees and procedural
You can see less noise in it too. It looks pretty crispy, man.
So overall, some remarkable improvement to the games. On PS5 Pro, we can see increased sharpness to the graphics or smoother and more responsive gameplay. This is the big three showing their value. As you've been seeing,
the larger GPU scale is pretty fucking
library
big,
is being used quite broadly to add pixel detail and boost frame rate. But there are as many approaches as there are game engines. The increase in raw GPU power is being especially effective for Horizon Forbidden West. Apart from the detail boost,
pretty looking game, man.
Power is allowing for improvements to lighting and visual effects.
Say what you will about Horizon, but it looks fucking crazy good.
As well as to the hair and the skin in cinematics.
Open up, guys. Jorv's orders.
Good enough for me.
Ray tracing is finding broad usage as well, particularly when the games are focused on higher frame rates. The faster hardware in PS5 Pro can make a real difference. Allowing Gran Turismo 7 to add ray-traced reflections
look at this car
in the gameplay, while continuing to support their targeted 60 frames per second. That boost in ray
Turismo always looks fucking good.
Big wins for Hogwarts Legacy.
Okay, now this would be interesting to see.
Better reflections and a greater variety of reflective surfaces.
This game was pretty taxing on the PC. A little bit.
I hope you've enjoyed this run-through of the technology behind PlayStation 5
Is that it?
Pro.
Is that all?
Simply put, it's the most powerful console we've ever built, and a worthy addition to the PS5 family. Let me wrap this up by giving you a quick look at a number of games running on the new console.
I feel like he's staring into my soul. All right. Is there going to be a little bit of something? Okay, we're going to get the actual reveal of it. Oh, okay, so the leaks were right. Yeah, okay. Makes sense.
Don't let me hang it.
What they say? Oh, dude, yeah. Oh. Well, I'm getting, dude, I want to play that again so fucking bad, man.
Close your eyes. It'll be worth it.
60 FPS, 4K. Rebirth.
Did I do it? Oh, what is this? What's with all the neon?
I don't know. Oh, Assassin's Creed. Very controversial. I'm excited to play this, honestly. I wonder if it's going to be a little something. Oh, Venom, bro. Very good choice. Hogwarts. Harry's going to be driving a Porsche. Don't show me Stellar Blade. Show me what Stellar Blade can look like. Up close. That's pretty intense. Oh god, dude, Rebirth. How much though? How much? Oh my god! Are you $700? Bro, I don't know about that, dude. That's going to be problematic for a lot of people, dude. I don't see. Obviously, chat, I'm gonna get it. Obviously, I'm gonna get it, chat, because you know this is what I do. But for the normal consumer, this is, dude, I don't know, $700 for a console now. Now we're starting to. Here's the thing, right? Now we're starting to near the edge of like PC realm type of expenses. Here's the thing, right? That these consoles can now produce like very quality stuff, like very good quality stuff. Close to $1,000 for a console is getting insane, dude. But what's this gonna lead to? Like, if it's $700 for a PS5 Pro, what's your PS6 gonna look like? Because you're most likely gonna announce your PS6 in 2 years. right? You're going to announce a PS6 in 2 years, most likely. That is a substantial amount of money, man. Yeah, vertical stand sold separately, chat. Chat, if you want to stand your PS5 up without it fucking tumbling over and breaking, you're gonna have to buy separately, and the stand probably costs like $85 as well because it's made out of vibranium. What they're like saying is capable with this thing is pretty impressive. It's weird because there's really no PlayStation first-party games that are coming out for this hardware to be used. Obviously, you could use older games and have them run better, but what's your games that are selling this? Like that are coming out new? And it's getting into the realm of like, okay, it's almost $1,000. Now we're starting to inch closer to PC price points, right? We're starting to inch closer to PC price points. It almost feels like, Duck, it's insane. Welcome in, Duck. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. That's absolutely insane. So it's gonna, yeah, plus 13% taxes, bro. Over 1,100. It really feels like that. Like Sony's like saying, because of like their first party stuff is like lacking a lot, like a shit ton. And so it kind of feels like, you know what? Now we're starting to go for, you really don't need a PC anymore. We're going to increase the hardware so much that this is going to be so enticing that people don't spend like $1,500 for like a PC that runs like a minimal specs, and you never know what you're going to get from game to game. Because here's the thing with like PC like ports and stuff like that, they could be unstable as fuck if you don't have a brick shit house of a computer, right? The top of the line stuff, you're always like, if you don't have the top of the line stuff, you're playing with fucking fire, dude, right? You're throwing your money into fucking roulette, basically. If you're getting like a borderline $1,500 PC, you don't know what you're going to get, because games on PC now are so unoptimized right now. And it's like, what the fuck? So it kind of feels like that they went with such a, because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Sony can make this PS5 Pro 50 times to 100 times more powerful because they have the PS6 lined up. They have the technology to make this console way more powerful than it is. But obviously, for like marketing and money standpoint, they're not going to do that. They're going to come out with the Pro and then the PS6 and, you know, yada yada. You guys know. It's I'm starting to feel like they're starting to say, we're going to increase the hardware so much, we will adjust the pricing accordingly, make it pricey. But the upside is, right, the angle is, we're going to sell to a consumer that doesn't want to pay $1,500 for a PC that's going to run, like, you never know, for a console for $700 that, you know, it goes through testing that it has to run, you know, pretty decent on the console. There's more like quality control on consoles than for PC at the moment. No launch titles, nuts. What, they have fanfare? I don't even know. Here's the thing, chat. I heard fanfare is a game. I don't even know what the fuck it looks like. I've never seen any of it. I have no idea what type of fucking game it is. You know, the consumers have awoken of like what they like kind of want. You know, they kind of like became sentient a little bit. And like, I would say more of the casual players are actually now like, casual players are more in tune with what's going on with the industry than ever before. Yeah, it's nice seeing people actually voting for their wallet. Exactly, Duck. And so I think like way more casual people are more in tune to what's going on with the industry and these companies, and they're you know, they're making sound decisions. So, you know, these companies are being held way more accountable than ever before. I mean, yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right, is that like the pro, right, is going to be they're always like the main thing. Here's the thing, chat. The main thing always is to make the money, is to make the goddamn money. Everything else is secondary. What you hope for is that the people below the board and the brass tacks people actually giving somewhat of a shit. Someone actually trying to do at least somewhat smart marketing because the people on the board just want fucking money. They talk about storage space on the Pro. Nope.
And how it delivers.
Yeah. Now completely diskless, by the way. So physical forms of your games completely
When PS5 debuted in 2020,
fucking weird, dude.
it brought a lot.
So what are you going to do with your... So no more physical copies? You don't own your shit anymore? Massive Elf, no discs?
Fantastic worlds with vast panoramas to explore.
As what they showed already, no disc.
Allows for dramatic...
Who is this for?
And
people who are like...
so high that traversal speeds are essentially
Here's the thing.
unlimited.
The industry is pushing. Now, like it or not, the industry is pushing that the concept of you actually not owning the licenses to your games anymore, and you're just renting it, pretty much. They're trying to force this adoption of concept where it's okay not to own your shit anymore, just rent it from us, but pay full price. Diabolical behavior for sure. It's pretty predatory.
And that leads to an aspect of modern gaming that we're...
The disc drive is sold separately, so another $100 or so, making the console now $1,250 Canadian. This is absolutely ridiculous. No fucking joke. I was in another stream making that fucking joke, not thinking they would actually do it. The greed of Sony is gonna fuck them, dude. This is not good. This is not good for them. Not only have they fucked themselves with Bloodborne and any type of first party like games, now they're doing this shit. Now $700 baseline. But if you want to play your old shit, if you want to play your old games that you have physically, because yeah, you want to own your fucking games because you pay full price for them, your physical media, if you want to play, it's an extra 100. Absolutely predatory behavior. That is bad, man. That is really bad. That is really bad. This type of like marketing strategy, this type of strategy is awful. It is really predatory, man. It's absolutely, they're banking on people just not thinking about, like, not understanding how these like licensings work if you buy things that are digital. They're banking on people not understanding this. Like the 360's like HD DVD drive.
Fidelity modes emphasize the visuals.
Here's the thing though. Here's the thing, right? When back in the 360 era, right? Back in the 360 era, there were limitations with technology and hardware. Just during the 360 era and PS3, where we were starting to get to the area of like, we were starting to climb in technology, right? So they were still trying to work out things with like how things worked, you know, the technology they were working with. They were limited. They were truly limited. Now, today, we're not limited. No, we're not limited. They could put a disk drive in there if they wanted to for that price, but no. It's $700 base USD. Nope, nobody was really looking for like a 360 that would run a DVD, right? Because people who wanted the DVD inside their console would just buy the PS3 with Blu-ray, right? And Xbox didn't think of putting that in. That's the difference, right? That wasn't the main strategy of the industry where it was a standard thing, right? Right? You see what I'm saying? Like having like a media player in your console wasn't a standardized thing until after the PS3 and 360 era. Having a fucking disc tray has been the main standard for fucking forever. For having a media reading type of capability to play your game has been there forever. An optical drive is fucking dirt cheap to make too. It's absolutely predatory behavior. It's predatory. It's predatory. It's predatory. They're trying to cut costs at any given point. They're trying to cut corners and costs at any given point, and it is not consumer friendly at all. It is not consumer friendly at all. Not like this is cutting edge tech. It's not. It's not. But they want to make the profit. They want to reduce costs, make profit. So they cut it out of your PS5 or you cut it out of your PS5 Pro. They put it on a separate thing, which like we don't even know this is going to be the first generation of this thing, so we don't even know how stable this thing is. This disk drive could break in a year. We have no idea. This is going to be like their first iteration of like doing a completely separate thing. So we have no idea how, like, is it going to be a good product? Is it going to break? Like, no storage talk. And no storage talk, I'm assuming it's the exact same model of the PS5. Yeah. So you need another SSD on top of this. And now that's what I'm assuming. I don't know if it's true. They just didn't talk about it at all. So if they're not going to talk about it, I'm assuming the worst. This console is definitely the most predatory console that you know that's ever. That's dude. This is nuts, bro. It's so predatory. I just can't believe it. Who the fuck is going to be paying $700 for the PS5 Pro? I think Sony knows this too. Most of the people are going to be purchasing the Pro already have a PlayStation, and they're just going to turn it in for this, which is why I'm shocked, because they should have expected those of us and interested in a Pro would already have a bunch of physical media. Oh no, duck. They know that. Oh, they know that. They have everything cataloged in under like numbers. They know how many PlayStation games have sold physically. Oh, they know. They know exactly how many copies are out there physically being purchased. They did this on purpose to make you buy the disc tray or the disc, the separate reader. 100%. They use that logic against you, against the consumer, or rebuy digitally. Yeah, they used it against you. Now, obviously, if you think about it, marketing, it's cheaper to buy the separate disc tray than to keep rebuying your old games digitally, right? It's just cheaper. It's a good deal. This is how it's done, right? This is scum pricing and marketing type of stuff, right? They know it. They absolutely know how many physical copies are out there. You know, because they got smart people out there. They know. And then they know that the people want to buy they want to play their old games, and people are going to put together 1 + 1 = 2, and that, you know, buying the disc tray is only $100. Comparably, that if you want to play your old games, like, you know, if you're going to have to rebuy them digitally, 3 games is going to cost way more than just buying the disc tray. And they price it at $100 for that exact reason. Buying just 2 games at full price or near full price, or just base price, like $50 to $70, 2 games over $100. There's a reason why it's $100. It's because now 2 games, no matter pretty much what you do, is going to be more than the disc tray itself. So now, is there an upcoming PS5 exclusives that we know that would warrant this machine? No idea. There's a okay, so it's not just PS5 exclusive, right? Because exclusivity is just kind of going away. It's first-party Sony games that really matter. And the only game that we know about is one. It's just one, and it's called Fanfare or some shit. And the thing is, chat, I don't even know what the fuck a fanfare is. It's something called like that. I think it's called that. That's the thing. I don't even know what the fuck. Like, I'm kind of teetering on the edge of not knowing what the fucking name of the game is. That's the only thing. It's a Concord-like. People are saying it's a Concord-esque type of thing. And we all saw how that happened. So how that turned out.